Hello, my name is Sophia Schenk, and I'm a junior psychology major at West Virginia University. I am a part of the Parent-Child Interaction Therapy Lab under the direction of Dr. Cheryl McNeil. I'm excited to have the opportunity to present a poster I worked on with other members of my lab. This poster is in collaboration with researchers from the University of New South Wales, Sydney, in Australia. Our poster is on improving child emotion regulation and development through emotion labeling and parent-child interaction therapy toddler.
Hello, my name is Lauren Browning, and I am a sophomore psychology major, also working in Dr. McNeil's lab.
An important process that develops in early childhood is emotion regulation. This includes a child's ability to manage emotional expression and experiences and how they function in certain situations. Good emotion regulation skills are related to positive outcomes such as awareness and emotional support, among other things across the lifespan. Parents can impact child's socio-emotional development by validating, identifying, or dismissing child's emotions. Emotion validation includes positive or supportive statements, while emotion identification is a neutral acknowledgement of a child's emotion. Lastly, emotion dismissing is a negative parent evaluation of a child's emotion. Following a thorough literature search, we identified a need for a comprehensive and precise coding system to capture the nuances of parent-child interactions related to emotions. When designing the emotion labeling coding system, we structured it to include three major parts. First part is parent verbal behavior. Then we look at emotion valence, and then the intensity of the emotion. We will now go into more depth about what each of those sections mean. The first part of a code is parent verbal behavior, which is broken down into three categories. Emotion validation, which could be a parent saying, "Good calming down." Emotion identification, which includes, "You are so excited." And emotion dismissing, which would include phrases like, "Oh, don't cry." Next, we examine the valence of the emotion, whether it is positive or negative. Positive emotions include happy, calm, and funny, while negative emotions include upset, scared, and naughty. The last level we decided on was the emotion intensity. The intensities are split into three levels. Level 1 is basic emotions such as anger, sadness, and happiness. We used the list of the 28 highest ranked categories based on Cohen and Keltner's article from 2020 that identified 28 core emotions based on facial identification methodology. Level 2 is diffuse emotions such as caring, missing, and naughty. Level 3 are behaviors related to emotion such as crying, laughing, and being silly.
To put this all into practice, when a parent says, "I know you were angry," we would begin by breaking this down into three portions of our emotion labeling code. First, we can see that this is a neutral identification of an emotion, with no parental appraisal of whether the child should or should not be expressing this anger. Second, we have classified anger as a negatively valenced emotion. And third, we have classified anger as a basic level 1 emotion. So this statement would get the code EIN1. The present study sample consisted of 50 caregiver toddler dyads seeking treatment at the Karitani Toddler Clinic, a mental health center near Sydney, Australia. Toddlers ranged in age from 14 to 24 months and were on average a little over 18 months old. Toddlers in the sample were fairly evenly split between male and female, with 54% of the sample being male. Caregivers were on average 33 years old, and the majority spoke English as their first language. Caregivers in the sample were of diverse ethnic backgrounds, with 34% of the sample being white, 28% Asian, 10% European, 8% Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islanders, 6% Middle Eastern, and 2% Hispanic. Descriptive analyses were run on all emotion label categories using SPSS. The parent verbal behavior with the highest frequency was emotion identification, with the average of 3.26 emotion identification phrases used during the 25-minute parent-child interaction. Positive emotion talk was used the most, with an average of 4.5 statements used during the interactions. Basic or level 1 emotions were most often labeled, with an average of 5 statements used during the interactions.
A correlation matrix is presented here for all variables in the present study. Many of the parent codes displayed on this table are from the well-validated dyadic parent-child interaction coding system, which is the standard coding system used to evaluate parent-child interaction therapy. This coding system includes parent behaviors such as specific praising, called labeled praise here, child behavior descriptions, and parent commands. We found many significant associations, including a relation between emotion validation and labeled praise, emotion identification and labeled praise, and between emotion identification and behavior description. Additionally, there was a significant association between emotion dismissing and negative talk, emotion dismissing and direct commands, and between emotion dismissing and indirect commands. While we found many significant relations in this dataset, one that really stood out was between child gender and emotion modeling. We found that child gender was positively associated with emotion modeling, such that parents with daughters modeled their emotions more. In the future, we hope to further analyze the content of the parent speech while emotion labeling to examine relations between negative parent speech and emotion dismissing. Additionally, we hope to examine whether parent-child interaction therapy increases parental use of emotion talk, as this provides children with opportunities to develop better emotion regulation and emotional intelligence. Thank you for listening to our presentation. Please leave us comments and questions below.